All right. Hello, everyone. We're here at Possible. I'm Valerie Davis, CEO of Assembly North America, and I'm joined by Ben Skinazi from Sharethrough. Hey, Ben, how are you?
Good, good. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you for coming. I wanted to talk to you. You know, you're a great partner of ours, and I wanted you to share with our audience a little bit about Sharethrough being a leading ad tech platform.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're an omni-channel ad exchange. We're one of the leading omni-channel ad exchange, independent ad exchange. We're a company. Everything started a bit about 12 years ago with native advertising. So we pioneered native advertising, and then we expanded to becoming an omni-channel exchange, with really the mission of building optimal, efficient, and sustainable ad experiences for the users. So one of the main differentiators at Sharethrough is all the research that we're doing to better understand the way people browse online content and build ad experiences that fits the way they're browsing online. We strongly believe that advertising should not be about forcing ads to the users. It should be, if ads respect the users, users will respect the ads as well.
Awesome. You used the word building sustainable experiences for customers, and that was just a buzzword. And I know what you meant is building sustainable experiences generally. However, sustainability is a really hot topic in our world right now, and I know it's a huge passion point for Assembly. And further, I know it's a huge passion point for you, and I know we've been doing some work with Sharethrough in the sustainability space. Can you talk about some of the investments and the products? I know you had the Green Media Summit last week, and you're in the process of launching a product that I'm super excited about, and I know our team is excited about. Can you talk a little bit about those investments?
A bit more than 2 years ago, as many of us in the industry, we became aware of the carbon footprint of the internet, which is bigger than civil aviation. And we started measuring our own carbon emission as a company, as a first step. Wanted to understand better what is our own footprint in terms of carbon emissions. So for year 2021, 22, 23, we measured our emissions. We became SBTi approved with net zero target as well. And then came that idea of what if we could build a product for advertisers, so brands and agencies, that would allow to reduce the carbon impact of their campaigns without affecting negatively the performance of the campaign, without changing the platforms that the media buyers are using. So they're using a specific DSPs, they should not change that just for the sake of lowering carbon emissions. So, and we were the industry first exchange to launch green media products in partnership with Scope3. Our product is called Green PMPs. The goal is to measure first emissions from the campaigns, then reduce and compensate for the remaining emissions. Funny story, when we launched that product, I was like quite optimistic. I was like, there is no way brands are not gonna jump on this opportunity to reduce emissions from their campaigns, because the performance is not affected negatively, so why not go in this direction? And then we noticed that, well, there was a strong lack of education in the market. And brands found and advertisers were finding that interesting, but then it had to be aligned with their overall strategy, and everything was taking more time than I expected initially for creating adoption. And so we started putting more emphasis on education, organizing workshops with our agency partners. We did some with your teams as well, publishing educative content on sustainability and ad tech. And then we decided to organize the industry first Green Media Summit. So make it bigger, bring more people from the industry together. So in 2023, we organized the first one in New York, followed by the second one we did last week as well. We did it bigger this time. More than 400 people joined from the industry, from the agency side, brands, publishers as well, DSPs, climate experts were on stage. And it was a wonderful event, but with the goal of educating, but also generate action. And that's really the key focus right now. It's how can we generate more, sustainability action. And I think we're moving in the right direction.
So Ben, there's such a bifurcation of ad tech and ad platforms today, and it's really hard to stand out. Where do you see beyond like the the purpose of sustainability, which I think is a huge standout, what other areas from the tech side of things do you feel Sharethrough differentiates themselves?
That's a very good question, and I agree with you. Inventory has become a commodity in a way. When you compare ad exchanges, well, we're working with thousands of publishers. Our competitors are working with thousands of publishers. So how do you differentiate yourself? And on our end, it's really about the human-centric approach, which means basically we also call it ad enhancement. As I was mentioning a bit earlier, like we believe that ads should not be forced to the users. And so one of the main differentiators is all the research that we're doing on better understanding how people browse online. And we're developing products based on those research. So I'll give you an example. We got like 72% of people often browse or watch videos on their mobile with their mobile being on mute. Maybe you're commuting or you don't want to disturb the person next to you. But the thing is, when you do that, we're also like delivering video ads with the video being muted. And so the ad experience, it's not optimal. The comprehension of the ad is terrible. So we are leveraging AI and ad enhancement technology to dynamically add captions on those videos when they're muted on the devices. So once again, to increase ad comprehension, to better respect the user experience as well. And that's only one example. CTV is a very good example as well. More than 90% of people, when the ads are starting on TV, what do? You take your smartphone or you do something else, And so we thought, how can we bring back the attention of people on the screen without like forcing them to pay attention with crazy sounds or stuff like that? So what we're doing is we're, in addition to the ad, adding relevant content for the user. So weather conditions, sports results, adding a QR code, adding a countdown if there is a promotion in the ad, etc., etc. So bringing back the attention of the user on the ad without forcing the user to watch it in a way. So, and we do that for display, we do that for native, we do that for video, and that's a key differentiator because that generates higher performance for the brand, better ad recall as well on the user side, and once again, it respects the user. There is no pop-ups, things like that. We're like that's really our vision with advertising.
What do you think in 2024 that brands and marketers should be excited about? And then conversely, what should they be worried about?
Okay, that's a good question because there is not one single thing. Obviously, I think of course AI is here and we should be excited about it. We are leveraging AI a lot to optimize our exchange and for our ad enhancements products. But I do think like in the entire space, there are so much opportunities by leveraging AI at different level, like within the organization itself, within the ad products that we're building, but there are tons of unknowns as well. And one of it is, we're working really hard to decrease emissions from the campaigns. And on the other end, you got like AI getting so much traction, but requiring so much computing power that of course generates emission as well. So that's something that worries me in a bit, in a way I would say, and excited with all the opportunities with cookieless as well. Most of the industry are a bit scared of what's going to happen with the deprecation of cookies. I do see that as an opportunity as well with tons of unknowns. And the unknowns and where I would be more worried is will it give more power to the walled gardens? What about the smaller publishers, for example, that might not have like strong, big audiences to fully benefit from all the clean rooms opportunities and stuff like that? But I mean, like it's time our industry focus on something else than cookie and get like I was talking about like respecting the users. That means also respecting the privacy of the users. And it's about time like the industry shift from cookies.
First of all, your worry is my worry too. So thank you for sharing that. That is super concerning because there's so much power behind AI, but we could also risk some progress that we're trying to make. We need tons of progress made to save our Earth. We're here at Possible, and there's been a lot of content so far, and it's only like halfway through the day on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything here in sunny Florida at Possible that excites you?
Well, there is still much more content to go and conference to attend. One thing that I love about Possible is all the connections that you can build. It's not easy to create an event where you'll be able to network with so many people at once. And I'm going to many industry events, and I'm sure you do as well.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that this one is everybody at the same place. It helps a lot, getting strong conversations. There are many workshops that are really interesting as well. So one advice is most of the time we see the big announcement in the main stage and things like that. That's cool. But smaller workshops are where you can have, I think, deeper conversations and go deeper in the topics as well. Mm-hmm. And for sure, I've seen lots of things on AI, and today as well is a big AI day. Yesterday, a lot about cookie deprecation as well. Tomorrow, a bit more about CTV. There is more about storytelling, I feel, this year versus last year, which is interesting. Because I think it is very important, especially when we talk about sustainability.
Yeah.
Storytelling is an important part of it. So quite excited about that. Only regrets, if I may, I don't see a lot of content on sustainability.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And I feel like when you have thousands of people, I don't know how many people are there, but a lot of them, industry leaders, it's the perfect place to talk a bit more about important topics like this one.
It should be prioritized. Yep.
It should be among the priority,
yes.
I would say.
Yeah,
exactly.
I would agree. Is there anything you're hoping to get out of this conference that you haven't yet?
On my end, it's about learning more about the trends, but understanding better not only where the industry is going, but having conversations, with our clients and understanding better their own challenges and how we can help them solve those challenges. So that's one of my biggest, I would say, focus from a conference like this one.
I think one thing that I've noticed about the content, just as a parting thought, is that there's more about retail media networks here as well. Interested to see how Sharethrough kind of navigates that with the Kroger Media Networks, the Albertsons Collective, and things of that nature. I don't want to say it's not a resurgence, it's this a birth of retail media networks and how that's going to actually change the game of media buying generally in an omni-channel way for brands.
And you're completely right. It is one of the biggest industry trends that we're seeing right now. And it makes full sense with everything that is happening in the industry and with cookieless as well. Makes full sense. We're really excited about it. We've been working with a company from the retail media space for a while, and we are building more ad enhancements as well that fits that retail media space as well. And when you look at it, there are so many ways to fit within the retail media. There is the data play, audience play. There is the ad itself and the creative itself, and how do we make sure it's appealing for the user? It generates the performance that is needed from the brands. So many conversations going on that. I think it has started almost 2 years ago, retail media.
Yeah.
But it's really starting to peak now, which is amazing. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, Ben, thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
CMO
you.
of Sharethrough. I hope everyone checks them out. They are fantastic.